that you are. Trust and believe me. You're gonna need me. Trust and believe me. You'll never be me. And I'm so over you. Go get lost. Boy, I don't know who you think you are. You look so foolish with my best friend. And she ain't no better than you. She's a 3, I'm a 10. So why are you calling my phone? You ain't got nothing I want. Thought we were really in love, but that was all a front. You pushed me far. You brought me to it. You had my heart, but then you blew it. Oh, I'm so over you. Go get lost. Boy, who do you think that you are? Trust and believe me. You're gonna need me. Trust and believe me. She'll never be me. And I'm so over you. Go get lost. Boy, I don't know who you think you are. How dare you try to clean it up? Boy, please just stop it now. Don't make a sound, 'cause you pushed me far. You brought me to that. You had my heart, but then you blew it. And I'm so over you. So get lost. Boy, who you think you are? Believe me, you're gonna need me. Trust and believe. She'll never be me. I'm so over you. Go get lost. Boy, I don't know who you think you are. I'm so over you. Get lost. Who do you think that you are?
Happy Sunday, guys, and thank you for joining Coach's Corner. I am, of course, Coach Destiny. Today is August the 12th, and this week's Coach's Corner is all about trust issues. So, guys, I've had a very draining and emotional awakening week. But with that being said, that is what led about this issue. I was going to go a totally different way, but then after a couple of things that transpired this week and just the overlook of my own life, I decided, in all fairness of transparency, that I will give you guys what I'm going through, which is dealing with trust, broken trust, if you can rebuild trust, and how does that make us feel, and how do we make a decision to either, rebuild trust, or is it even worse rebuilding? Do we just forgive and move on? It's a bunch. It's a lot that I want to discuss. I haven't researched anything. Everything that I'm giving you guys today is straight from my heart and my situation. So again, as I always tell people, what I state is not the gospel. It's my opinion with a little bit of facts. Well, my opinion mixed with a little bit of facts and a lot of realism is how I state. How you choose to apply or not apply to your life is completely up to you. But by no means am I the gospel on trust issues and rebuilding trust or learning when to let go. So, before we get there, what's going on with Coach D? Nothing. Still working on my website, which is taking a lot longer than I expected. I still have my e-commerce site, branded, or bethebrand.com is up, and we have a couple of new items that we placed upon that site this week. Am working towards a couple of other endeavors that I will let you guys know as they approach. So if you're not already, make sure that you're following me on Instagram and Facebook. It's the Coach Destiny at both, as well as Twitter. Oh, I did want to give a shout out to all of my new followers and all of my new team, the new members of my team. I do appreciate you. I appreciate the opportunities that you guys have been sending my way. I really, really do appreciate you. I know I don't say it enough. A couple of years ago, I had totally almost wanted to just give up on the whole branding idea and just be mediocre. But because things happen and life happen, I realized that sometimes maybe it's not the masses. Maybe it's the few that needs to hear my opinion, my advice, and maybe I can help somebody get through. And I encourage you guys to pay it forward. Sometimes a simple hello or, hey, you look sad, what's going on, could actually change someone's life. So, with that being said, and not really wanting to waste a lot of time on the extras, we're going to get into our next song, and then after that, we're going to go all into the trust issues. Excuse me, guys, and I am back. So before I can take you guys to my present in regards to trust issues and how I deal with things regarding trust, I have to take you back to my past. I was very, 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 not very young. I was probably about, I want to say 11 or 12, 10, 11, around 10 to 12. Because it was before my mom passed away. around that age, and I was 13 when she passed away. So about 10 to 12 is when I first discovered the pain or the betrayal that comes along with people break your trust. People that you love and you care about. You can't trust them. You can't reciprocate, or you can't fathom the pain, at a young age of having to discover that. And it's like, I was that young. So just to say, give you a heads up on when you listen to me, I'm not a cynical person. I'm not heartless, but a lot of things happened to me at a young age that shaped my mindset. So let me first define what trust is per the dictionary. Trust, the noun, is firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. By law, is an arrangement where the person or trustee holds property as its normal owner for the good of one or more beneficiaries. The verb is believe in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of. So we know what the law is. If you ever had a trust or you ever heard of anybody inherited anything, it normally comes from trust. But what we're going to focus on is the noun and more so the verb. Because when you trust someone, you believe that they have your best interest at heart. You believe that they 100% care about you and who you are and the things that you're trying to accomplish in life. You believe that they are for you. And at the tender age, I'm going to just say 11 because I believe that's when it happened. At the tender age of 11, I realized that some of the people that were closest to me, that were around me, weren't necessarily for me. And it was devastating. It took me a while to realize that you have to kind of put boundaries upon people. You have to understand that not everybody with you is for you per se. And then with that experience, coupled with me in my own teenage years, I did things that, kids did. I was a little sneaky and mischievous. And my dad used to always say, I love you, but because you did this, I can't trust you. And it's going to take a while to rebuild that trust. And, at 14, 15, I was like, whatever. It didn't impact me as much, but it hurt because I felt like he no longer could rely on me. I wasn't a reliable source in his life. So I always took heed to that. I always tried to be better. Even if it meant that trying to do the things that I was doing that were probably not the right thing, more so away from him and out of his view, to me, it was it was the right thing to do. But more importantly, regaining the trust of my father has always been important. So that's the backstory. 2016 was a very growing year for me. Is when I sort of discovered the path of life coaching as far as something a part of who I was, as far as helping people and wanting people to be better. But at the same time, I was losing things. I was at a loss. Left and right, a lot of bad things happened. I wouldn't say bad, because if they didn't happen, I wouldn't be here right now sharing the story with you. But a lot of the things helped to develop who I was, and a part of that was changing my mindset.